Life is crazy out there. You've got a lot of expenses. You've got a roof over your head. You've got food that has to go on the table. You got to clothe the kids. Plus, guess what? You got to save for retirement. So how do you save for retirement and also meet all of these other financial needs and goals? Hey, it's Eric with Jazz Wealth Managers, where we don't just invest the dough, we like to educate you on your dough. All right, so there's a lot going on with your life, and I understand that. Now, one thing that I think that people make always the mistake of that I see when it comes to planning for retirement is they get the job, and then let's just say you're making $1,000 a week. You build your life around making that $1,000 a week without considering retirement. Then you fast forward and you're 35 years old, and then you're like, well, now I've got to squeeze in saving for retirement, when in reality, my idea here is, let me go to the handy-dandy board and show you exactly what I'm talking about. If you're making $1,000 a week and you just came out of college, well, yeah, maybe you've got student loan debt, but you shouldn't have a lot of other expenses right this second. What a lot of times people will do is they'll say, okay, well, that's roughly $4,000 a month. They're going to go and they're going to get a mortgage and a house payment, and that's going to cost them $2,000. They're going to have a vehicle that's $500. They're going to have student loans that are $500. They're going to have $1,000 remaining to buy food and any other expenses they need, and boom, it's all gone, every single penny of it. That's not the way that you should think through this. Now, maybe you're already in this situation, and we'll talk about that a little bit here in a minute, but if you're not in this situation, instead, what you would do is you would take the $4,000, and I'm going to show you our planning tool here in a minute and how to calculate this. Figure out what is your number. Develop the plan first here. So if you develop your plan first to figure out how much you actually need to save to reach that retirement goal, then let's just say that you now have $3,500. Maybe you just need to save $500 a month to start out. Now you have $3,500 a month. Build your budget around that. So if you're watching this and you say, man, I wish I would have thought of that, show your kids this video, because this is one that especially the young people coming out of college need to learn and figure out. Develop the plan based on what you're going to be making to save for your retirement goal first, then build your budget on the rest of the money. All right, so with that being said, maybe you're not in that situation. Maybe you're at a point where you're saying, okay, well, I've got to figure this out. Well, what we've got is a really cool tool that we use. So I'll share this with you and show you. So this is a retirement planning simple tool just to get the basic number, to really figure out how much you need to be saving, what your shortfall is. Now, you've got to be realistic with it, because a lot of people are going into thinking saving for retirement, and they make $100,000 a year right now and they want $150,000 in retirement. Face the facts. It doesn't generally work that way unless you are saving everything and more, and you want to work a long time, because if you're only making $100,000 and you're trying to fit all of these other things in and then have this massive wealth in retirement, may not be the case. So instead, think of a realistic goal when it comes to the planning. From there, what you're going to think through is also consider Social Security. We have it in as other income. So other income is something that you will generally get. Now, I know this could go on a rabbit trail in itself, but realize this. The government has set a precedence with Social Security. If they don't pay that out, think of all of the other things they have continued to pay out through all of these years. So if a shortfall happens in the next 40 years with Social Security, do you not think they're going to come up with some sort of strategy, whether it's maybe pay a little less, maybe it's tax people more? Who knows what the case is? That's not what the video is about, but I'm just telling you, you should consider Social Security, because that is going to be a big part that's going to help you through the retirement years. So once you've found your number though, then that's where you have to say, okay, this is the number I need to be saving. Now, where does that fit in my budget? That's what I think a lot of people seem to have a problem with, because they aren't finding what their number is first and figuring out if it works in their budget. Instead, they're just trying to force save all of this money. We have found so many different clients, and this is a difference in us with many other advisors. We really want to find out how much you need to save. And as Dustin would say sometimes, and has said before, don't save a penny more. Save just enough, because then you're able to then budget in your other financial goals for your life, not just your retirement goals. So think through that, find out what your number is, develop that plan to really get right on track for where you need to be. Don't save a penny more, and instead enjoy the rest of your life. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more FinTips videos, click here. Be sure to like and subscribe also.